In this video, I'm going to teach you how to bulk properly. So what that means is we're going to be going through the types of things that you do with the bulk, what the bulk is, how to achieve the height of the bulk, so your target weight, your target look. And we are also going to go over some methods you can use, some things that you can do. If something doesn't work, we can try this. We're going to try those. We're going to talk about those types of things today. Also, if you get to the end of the video and you saw that I left out something, or that you want to know something, or you have a question, you can comment down below, or you can go to the link in the description and you can schedule a coaching call with me, and we will talk more one-on-one so we can reach your goals faster. We will be able to, I'll take the time out of my day to talk with you, and I will put together a workout plan and a meal plan and things like that, and I will work very, very closely one-on-one with you to get you the results that you want, because that's what I want to do for you. But I'm going to give you some free, quick advice on how to bulk properly. So what is a bulk? It's basically where you put on a lot of muscle and a lot of mass, so you look, really big, really, really sexy, just like that. I don't got a pump on, so I don't look very good, but you get the point. You're basically trying to put on more muscle so you can look bigger. So there's multiple reasons why people go on a bulk. They don't feel very respected. I know it sounds cringy. They don't feel very respected because they're so small. They feel like their opinion doesn't matter because they're small. Those are real things. I have struggled with those things as well. You just feel kind of small. You feel like you could be bigger in the gym. You just want to be more masculine, more physically attractive, and those things are okay. Those things are natural. I feel those things all the time. That's why I decided to go back on a bulk. So right now, I'm going to be sharing what we can do to get you bigger and stronger, and I'm also going to be sharing, hopefully, some of my personal experiences with bulking, how I feel about it, what I'm doing now, what works for me, what I think would work for you. So basically what it is let's say, so first we have to find out your metabolic rate, so how many calories you burn doing nothing at all. So let's just use 2,000 as an example. I've posted 2 other videos on this, how to cut and which one should you do. If you want to go look at those, whatever, subscribe, you can go look at those later. I've used 2,000 as an example. It's really easy. So basically, let's say your metabolic rate's 2,000. So no matter what, you're going to burn 2,000 calories doing nothing. So that's how much calories you have to eat to maintain your weight. So to bulk, you would probably want to eat more than that, right? Which is correct. So you're going to want to eat 200 to 300 more than you burn. And also, let's say that you're really, really pushing it in the gym, which is one of the key things to bulking, is going absolutely 110% every single time in the gym, taking almost every single set to failure, because that's going to give your muscles the reason to grow. And that's what's going to push those muscles to grow bigger, use that nutrients that you put in your body, use that size, help you gain the bigger muscles and not just put on fat. So with the metabolic rate, you're going to want to eat more. And if you're pushing in the gym, then you're going to be burning more calories, correct? So let's say that you have a metabolic rate of 2,000, and then you burn 500 calories in the gym. You'll probably want to eat 26 to 2,700 calories that day, because you burn so many calories in the gym. Now, including like if you work, whatever, so like if you work, you're obviously burning calories. I would suggest getting 2 things, some way to track your the amount of calories you burn. So you can get like an Apple Watch. If you already have one, you can get like a Fitbit or whatever. Those work really well. And if you want to get MyFitnessPal on your phone, it's completely free. You can use that to track your food. It's a little bit of a pain. You don't really have to pay for it, but you can if you want to. You just put in what you're eating, and then it'll tell you how many calories you burn. You can also set the amount of like how much you want to eat per day. So like you can do the math in your head. So if you burn your metabolic rate is 2,000, you want to add more onto that, and you probably burn about 500 calories a day on top of the metabolic rate. So it's about 25. So you're only 27. So you can put 27 in that FitnessPal calculator, and it'll allow you to add what you're eating, and it'll see how far you are off. And then sometimes if you get like the watch trackers or whatever, it'll calculate that as well for you. So that's a really good thing that you can do for that. So with that, like I said, you're going to want to be pushing 110% all the time in the gym during a bulk, because it's going to force those muscles to grow. It's going to give you that reason to eat that extra little bit of food during the day. And I know sometimes it's going to be hard to eat all this food at once, especially if you're eating like me. I eat 3,200 calories a day because my metabolic rate's so high and I'm so active and I push so much. So with that, I know it's hard to eat all the time. So I'm going to give you a few tips and tricks on that right now. So what I would highly suggest is eating meals during the day, like eating big full meals. I'm talking 1,500 calories a meal. I mean, you can adjust that on your own preference, but a lot of calories in one sitting. So like when I'm done with this video, my chicken tendies are cooking right now. I'm cooking some chicken tendies, a little bit of seasoning on them. I got about 10 in there, and they have about 5 grams of protein a piece, maybe 6. So that's roughly, I don't know, 50 to 60 grams of protein for just that meal. On top of that, I'm eating a whole cup of rice and a whole cup of broccoli, and that's gonna be a lot of calories. And if that's still not enough, I'm going to get to another point in a minute. I'll have a little bit of ice cream. I don't know if there's any left in the freezer, but I'll figure something out. For me, it's so hard to get all that food in at one time, so I use a little bit of sweets at the very end as an absolute last resort. And if I still have some calories left, I'm going to have to just take the L and have a little bit of something that's quick, easy, and easy to eat. You know what I mean? So with that, I would use the sugar and the stuff. I would use the dirty bulking aspect as a complete last and vitally necessary resort. I would never do this under any circumstance if I didn't absolutely have to get those calories in and there was no other way I could do it. Now, I mean, yes, I understand what you're saying. Oh, you know, it's only X amount of calories, just eat it in Whole Foods. I'm trying to save my Whole Foods because I know bulking is expensive, so I'm trying to save some of those foods for later. B, I just slammed 1,500 calories in one meal. I just want, 200 calories of something small. I don't want to have to cook another entree or another meal or something to get that 200 calories because it's just kind of unnecessary. So what I would suggest is definitely spacing those meals out, having big meals, and you can have snacks here and there if you need to. I would highly suggest not doing something crazy sweet, crazy, processed. But if you need to get the calories in, just make sure that it's nothing insane, nothing outrageous, and you're still putting in that work in the gym the way that you need to. Now, the whole dirty bulking thing, like I just mentioned, is a complete and utter lie. You can't just eat whatever you want and think you're gonna gain a lot of muscle. So there's a bunch of people that'll do, they'll eat 2 pizzas, 2 buckets from KFC. That's not how it works. That's a lie. Don't do it. Enough said. Now, for the Whole Foods ratio, I would definitely go with your main source of food needs to be protein. So eat as much meat and as much protein as possible. So eat steak, specifically for bulking, ribeye steaks and tomahawk steaks. Now, if you're rich, do tomahawk steaks. If you're not that rich, do ribeye steaks. And if not, then do New York strips. Now, ribeye steaks are probably that best medium because you can get 2 pretty good sized New York strips for about $30 set. I don't like the Walmart or whatever. If you have like a local meat market, you might be able to get it for a different price. You might be able to get more, whatever the thing is for you. I live in Texas, so I go to H-E-B down the street and I get, about 3 decent sized ribeyes for about $30. So I'm getting a little bit more. If not, do chicken, do pork, do ground beef, do shrimp, do salmon, all of those things. Do lots and lots of eggs. You can have the most amount of protein in a meal. I would definitely stick with the most of your calories need to come from a protein. The second thing I would say, since you are on a bulk and it is still okay, I would have the second amount of calories in your meal needs to come from carbs. The third needs to come from fruits and vegetables, and the very, very low end, the very, very bottom of the barrel comes from sugar, processed stuff like that. You should be, I got a little paper thing. You should be staying away from as much sugar as possible. Now, I say this as somebody who does have some sugar because it's so hard for me to put on muscle. I'm not using that as an excuse. Sometimes it is, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I cope and I'm like, oh, a little bit of ice cream. And no, it won't hurt, especially if you're on a bulk. Every once in a while, that little bit is not gonna kill you. It's not gonna damage your progress. Just do not do it all the time. Otherwise, you will end up looking a little bit more pudgy than muscular. And when you're eating, make sure you also drink lots and lots of water. I know you're gonna be full throughout the day, but water is key to allowing those muscles to get the proper flow, the proper hydration that they need to continue to grow. Also, it's going to make your lifts a lot better if you're just hydrated in general. Another thing I wanted to talk about is when you do bulk, whatever your number is. So let's say you want to bulk to, I don't know, let's say you're setting at 200 and you want to get to 225. I would highly suggest actually going a little bit farther and going to about 230 or 235, because what that's going to do is that's going to allow you to get a little bit more muscle on. So when you cut down, you're still cutting down to the same number you wanted to, but you're probably going to have a little bit more muscle on you, because when you cut, you will lose muscle. It's inevitable. I had a video on that, so go check that out. If it's not posted yet, it'll be posted soon. If not, like I said, check that link in the description. We can talk. We'll figure it out for you. We'll make it work. But it's going to let you keep that muscle. A little bit more muscle goes a long way. And yes, I understand that the bulk is going to be tough. You're going to have to eat a lot of food. You're going to be full all the time. It's not very fun. The more you do it, the better it'll get. And as long as you trust it and remember that you can always go back on a cut when you're finished, you have to earn the cut. So bulking is the hard part, and you have to earn your cut. So that's where it comes in. Trusting the bulk and trusting that it's going to be okay and you're not just going to end up fat is the key point. That's what you have to, you're thinking, okay, I want to get bigger so I can cut down and still be big. That's your ideal goal there. You're not getting bigger so you can get smaller, and you're not getting smaller so you can get bigger. You're thinking, okay, I need to get big so I can stay big. So I'm going to bulk up and then I'm going to cut down and look really, really trim while I'm still really, really big. That's the goal. And if that's not your dream result, we can talk more. You can request another video. You can request a specific video that you want me to make, and I will take care of that for you as soon as possible. But until then, I will be posting more videos on stuff like this, more tips and tricks. Let me know what you guys want to see. I hope you guys have a blessed day. I'm going to go eat.